Okay, welcome to another What's Sold on eBay video. This is for the week of March 8th through the 14th, and boy, let me tell you, if you folks are feeling the crunch from this coronavirus thing, I feel ya. We feel it here too, for sure. I'm in the state of Ohio. I think the governor and all of the doctors and medical professionals have really handled this situation as well as any state has, and I think we're kind of setting the bar here for things that need to happen. In fact, as of a couple of minutes ago, he just restricted the dine-in experience for restaurants and bars, so customers are no longer allowed to dine in for the foreseeable future. You can still get carry-out food. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better, but if you are struggling, especially if you're in those industries, let me tell you, I empathize with you and I feel for you. Everybody's going to feel the hurt here, but really the only way to curb this issue is to really slow down physical contact with other human beings. It's just a weird situation to be in. So I don't mean to get off topic and get on a soapbox, but I feel like everybody can kind of relate to that because we're going through this globally. So if you are struggling, just know that there are others that are struggling too, and we'll all get through this together for sure. So let's take a quick look at my numbers here. 82.3% increase, but it's not that big compared to what I would like to have it at. That said, it's a big improvement over last week's $1,400. So we're at $2,314 for this particular week, and that is a welcome surprise. I was worried that the coronavirus panic, so to speak, would cause sales slowdowns. And for some people, I think if you're selling things like luxury jewelry or very high-end stuff and you're very niche specific, you could see an extended downturn. Those with general stores probably will do okay. I've sold a lot of board game type stuff, video game type stuff, so that's been a plus for sure. And it's the stuff that people can do at home together that seems to be selling well. So that's a big plus, and I'm grateful for that for sure. So anyway, here's 10 things that have sold throughout the past week that I found interesting and you'll want to keep a lookout for as well. First one is this vintage Lenox canister set. Now these were not in the best condition. So you can see like there's cracks on the top of the flower one, and let me get some other pictures here. I just little chips here and there. It wasn't in perfect condition. The unique thing about this set, in my opinion, was if I can find my pictures here, the salt and pepper shakers. Those were pretty rare. So I just bundled everything together, disclosed all of the condition issues with everything, and I only paid $8.99 for the set. So buyer ended up paying $60 for these and $34.55 to have them shipped, $568 all in. So they're $100.23 all in, and again, I only paid $8.99. So a decent enough sale. I actually had two buyers purchase the item and then ask to cancel right after. I don't know if that's a shipping thing or not. Like they really think that the shipping is makes it cost prohibitive for them. I'm not really sure, but third time was a charm. $60 on 9. I can't complain. So look out for this type of Lenox canister set. It's a good one. Okay, next one is this vintage bag. This is in one of it was either a haul video or a thrift run video. I don't remember exactly which one, but I will link it below so that you can see it in that video. Awesome bag, very unique, all leather, good condition. Only issue, it was missing one of the stoppers right there on the bottom. You can see the top left one that was missing there. So awesome bag. I think I got full price, $59.99. Buyer paid $12.55 to have it shipped and $5.98 in tax. So they're all in at $78.52, and the bag cost me, I think, $5.99. Don't quote me on that. It'd be $5.99, $6.99. I may have even paid $4.99, but a big return on a really nice bag. I wonder if I can get you a shot of the interior here. So yeah, pretty good condition. It's the jewelry on the end there. Really nice looking and a good bag to keep your eye on. All right, so the next one, this was a retail arbitrage purchase. This Funko set is one of the hardest to get a hold of right here, this Carl and Ellie Funko set from the movie Up. And I actually bought this on eBay. So I paid $81 for it, and the list to sell ratio was just astronomical. how many are currently listed up on the screen for you to see. And then now I'll put how many have sold in the last 90 days. It's outrageous. These were really, really hard to get. So I tried to get it when it was released on the Funko app or website. I don't remember which one exactly, but I couldn't get one. And I just love this movie. My kids love this movie. So I ended up buying it from an eBay seller. And I remember thinking when they were in the $60 range that I should pull the trigger, but I waited. So anyway, I got one for $80. This one ended up selling for $142.49, $11.75 to ship, and then $12.72. So the buyer is $166 all in, and I paid, like I said, $81 for it. So not a really huge return, especially since I think my asking price, was $159.99. But if you can find these in the $50 or $60 range, you can scoop them up and flip them because they're super rare and they're super, super cute. And they didn't do a lot of up Funkos. So I think there's one of Doug the dog. There might be one of older Carl and then Russell, if you're familiar with the movie. But this one was just really, really cool. So I was actually going to put it on my back wall once that's done getting decorated. I've just been dragging my feet on that. But I was going to have it up on the back wall. So I'm kind of sad to see it go, but it was, someone's going to love it at the end of the day. So that was a good sale. All right, next one, Patagonia. There's nothing special here. I paid $4.99 for this, and it ended up selling for $45.99, $14.90 shipping, and then $3.56 in tax. So the buyer is $64.45 all in. The interesting thing here is the embroidery. A lot of these companies buy these in bulk, and then they have them embroidered. And so this had some embroidery on the back that I took a close photo of so that the person could see in advance. I don't know if there's people that could have that removed or whatever, but it didn't seem to buy this buyer because Patagonia is, a high quality product. So don't pass up Patagonia, especially if you see the embroidery on it. There were actually in this past week 2 that I sold. One was a Patagonia black jacket that had embroidery on it, and that sold for around $60, $70, and then this one for $45. So when you see Patagonia, even if it's got embroidery on it, don't pass it up, pick it up. Okay, this pair of shoes also in either a haul or a thrift run video, and they sold very quickly. I got $32 for these, $14.90 in shipping, and $3.94 in tax. So buyer is $50.84 all in. I paid $4.29 for the shoes. They are the Hyper Throw 2 track and field shoes. You can see the condition. Not terrible. Okay. Soles look okay. GN812 style code. And I believe the buyer has since left me positive feedback. So if you see Asics track shoes, not the ones with the spikes, but track shoes like this, look for them for sure because they're still in demand and you'll get a good price for them. Next one. Okay, I can't remember when I bought a stack of 10 records from the 70s. There's some Led Zeppelin in there, some early to mid 80s like Guns N' Roses, and then this one here, Ozzy Osbourne from 1988. And I am in no way, I don't know the first thing about grading records. So you can grade records, you can grade sleeves. There are other YouTubers that probably have a little bit of a better handle on grading records. I just don't. So I just mark everything good and hope for the best. And this one sold really, really quickly for full price. So $29.99 was the price it sold for, $4.99 in shipping, and then $2.80 in tax. So $37.78 all in, and I paid $1.99 for the records. I bought these at Goodwill, I'm gonna say 6 to 8 months ago, and they were just sitting in my basement. But now that we've got the coronavirus thing going on, I thought, this is one of those times where your death pile might actually save you in a time like this. So if you've got a huge death pile, get your stuff listed. That's what I did. I went into my basement and just scooped up a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, well, I totally forgot about this stuff. Wonderful. So that was kind of a nice surprise. And I remember at the time thinking, no, I have to get a record player to test all of these, and I've got to get speakers and do all these things. And that's essentially what led them to sit in the basement. So I didn't do any of that. And I just said, hey, I think these are graded good. I did play the record. It played fine. So voila, there you go. Keep your eye out for Ozzy Osbourne. Another thing, too, I should mention is he is currently having health issues. The man is old. And, he had to cancel, I believe, the tour that he was supposed to have in 2020. So hold on to Ozzy Osbourne stuff and look for Ozzy Osbourne stuff. I'm not hoping for the worst here. Let's hope that he has a full recovery and he's okay. But in times like that, if the worst were to happen, the way people mourn is they buy their stuff. So potentially outside of the price that I listed this at, somebody may have felt that way, or we must have a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan that doesn't have the record. I don't know. Either way, pay attention to Ozzy Osbourne stuff in particular right now. That should. All right, so Yahtzee here. $38.99 is the price I got for this game. It was totally sealed. $10.90 is the shipping price. $4.12 was tax, so they paid what, $50 and some change all in, and I paid $3.99 for this game. This is a BOLO because it's a desirable game, but it's a BOLO because people are stuck at home right now. So if you have board games, especially sealed ones, get them listed. That's what people are looking for right now. Board games, books, I mentioned before, video game stuff, selling very, very well. Get that stuff listed. But if you look for this particular item, the 40th Anniversary Yahtzee, it's a BOLO. So keep your eye out for that. I don't know if I mentioned I paid $3.99 for this. So, and I had this for, I feel like I had this for maybe a month or two. Perfect time for it to sell. So keep your eye out for it. All right, next one. This was in my first marketplace speed run video, and man, it sold quickly. So I bought a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I'll put the link in the description, and I encourage you to watch that video because it was kind of interesting. If I had looked at the listing that I saw on Marketplace in the morning, I may not have even bothered, but sometimes like when I'm up late at night, I get bored and I'm thumbing through my phone, and this was a lot of video game stuff, and I thought, I'll just throw an offer at this lady and see what happens. And she took it, and then you're like, oh great, I gotta go make this happen. So I went and picked up a bunch of video game equipment. When I saw this, and in the pictures I saw this, and I thought, I know because I've sold this in the past that it had some value, but I was super disappointed when I got it because if you look there, the back is missing, the battery backing. So I was like, whereas I could have probably got $34, $35, maybe even $40 for this. I just priced it low and disclosed that that was missing. And I'm telling you, it sold probably within 5 to 6 hours for $19.99 and $11.55 to ship, $2 in tax. So they're $33.54 all in, and I'm only a couple bucks into it because of all of the pieces I got. I paid $40 for all of that stuff. So watch that video because actually it starts out kind of funny. It wasn't supposed to go that way, but I'll put the link in the description like I said. So good BOLO there. Keep your eye out for the Xbox 360 guitar stuff. Okay, so there's nothing really special about this one. It's a wonderful holiday, Bedford Falls, Bailey Brothers building from 1996. I think this is from It's a Wonderful Life. It sold for full price, $20.99, $10.90 to ship, and then no tax, so $31.89 all in, and I paid $2.99 for it. What makes this a BOLO, beside the fact that this particular building is a BOLO, is I bought this in, I think, late February, and it sold in mid-March. So I beat this like a dead horse, pardon the analogy, but keep looking at the Christmas stuff because it sells year-round. No issues with this thing. It lit up well, cute. This is the type of thing that a lot of people will skip over. Like they'll look at this and go, it's February, I'm looking for, sports equipment and all that stuff. Just pay attention to these little scenescapes here. They're a lot of them are in demand. So that was, while it wasn't a huge selling price, it's still a BOLO, so I knew it would sell. So keep your eye out for that. And the last one is another one that I talk about often, Javalia. Anytime you see Javalia coffee makers, especially if they're new open box, scan them because they're worth money. So I priced mine, I think I priced it on the high side at $54.99, and it sold $54.99, $11.55 to ship, $3.85 in tax, so the buyer is $70.39 all in. I can't remember what I paid on this. I think I paid $9.99 for it, might have been $8.99, but it was an easy sale, and I believe this buyer, this was their first purchase too, so I was pretty pleased about that. So there you have it. There's 10 interesting sales from the week, a big increase from last week, and yeah, if you're stuck at home, get to the death pile for sure. Make sure you're getting things listed. Make sure you're getting things that people need listed for sure. Clothing will probably do okay, but the stuff that is going to keep people busy while they were cooped up in their houses, that's the stuff you want to get listed for sure, especially if you have it. So this is one of those instances where your procrastination and my procrastination helps us in the long run because we actually have stuff to list. I mean, you could go out to thrift stores, but I have a feeling that what the lead that Ohio is setting for the rest of the states, once the rest of the states start to follow, you're going to see a lot more business closures for the sake of reducing the impact that this virus has, because it spreads very, very easy. So, and I'm not one to like panic or go into conspiracy theories or anything like that, but I think Ohio has really done an exemplary job of executing a plan, trying to stay ahead of the curve as much as they can. I know we have test kits coming from Jack Ma, from China, so our numbers aren't huge because we simply haven't tested that many people, but it might get a little bit worse before it gets better. But if you've got a death pile and you can get that stuff listed, get it listed, because companies like Patagonia have closed their storefronts, but they've also closed their online shop, right? I believe Nike closed all of their storefronts as of the time of this posting. You can still order online. But if other companies follow in suit like Patagonia, it's going to force people to the Amazons and the eBays of the world. And so you're doing people a service by, providing a little bit of joy in a time of real uncertainty. So if you have family members that are sick, I will pray for you. Stay healthy, stay safe. We love you. And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.